a great morning. For all of you, I am Mary Rowe. I am the proud executive director of the Palmetto Trial. Thank you all for joining us this morning to launch our latest passage, the Wateree Passage. And we're standing at what we think will be one of the most popular sites on the Palmetto Trail, the Wateree Passage trailhead. As you can see, we are at a trailhead rich with possibilities. Even if people don't hike a passage, which we certainly hope they will do, they can come here and learn a lot about natural resources here in the Midlands. They can walk the boardwalk with small children. School groups can come here for programs in our amphitheater. We will have a pollinator garden right over here to demonstrate what can be done at home and in public spaces to encourage all types of pollinators. But let's look beyond this wonderful trailhead at the meeting of the Fort Jackson Passage and the Wateree Passage to the new trail itself, which leads up to the top of Cook's Mountain with fabulous views across several counties. It passes historical sites and special wildlife areas. Then it heads down to connect with our Wateree Passage just off of Route 378. The Palmetto Trail is now connected from the Capital City Passage in downtown Columbia through mountains, wetlands, lakes, and woodlands all the way down to the Intercoastal Waterway where it terminates at Ondaw in the Francis Marion National Forest. We are now connected from the capital to the coast. This would not be possible without the support and generosity of the Boyd Foundation. Represented today behind me is George, Mary Bailey. The foundation has been a delight, honestly, a revelation. Their goals are so closely aligned with those of the Palmetto Trail, making life better for the greater Midlands community. This would not have happened without the foundation, and their vision, frankly, pushed us to think bigger than we might have initially. Thank you very much. I also want to thank the South Carolina National Guard here at McCready. Christopher Stone and Lane Anderson have been working with us from the very beginning. And we appreciate McCready's willingness to share their outstanding natural area and trail users. Boyer Construction, I don't see them here. Is Boyer here? There they are. You're hiding. Boyer did much of the work here, and they too have been wonderful to work with. On time and no change orders. Drew Cheatham with KBS Landscaping. Drew, I saw Drew. There, Drew. Drew and I talk almost daily. With KBS Landscape Architecture and Planning has also been just a huge asset and really brought together the vision of the Palmetto Trail and the Boyd Foundation sitting with us and going over the plans. It's been amazing. I also need to acknowledge Senator Brad Hutto. He's with us today. Brad? He has been a real champion for the trail in the General Assembly, and he has helped us in so many ways. Thank you very much. And finally, I need to acknowledge our terrific staff who put in long hours to make the trailhead and the trail as close to perfect as possible. And I mean almost as perfect as possible. They're amazing. I'd like to acknowledge, and just step forward, please. I'd like to acknowledge Furman Miller, Stephen Hahn, Walker McDonald, Kevin Evans. Unfortunately, Rob Aschenberg has finally taken a vacation and he's not here. He's also amazing. Marie Butler is actually serving on a mission trip today. Jamie Turner, the Palmetto Conservation Corps members, get to know them. They work very hard in helping us. And our trail monitor, Joanne Turnquist. Joanne. And my amazing staff, which you'll meet, Caitlin, Ariel, Casey, and Karen. We're small, but we're mighty. Now, with that said, I would like to introduce George, and he has a few words from the Boyd Foundation. George.
Thank you very much, Mary. It's my pleasure to be here, and I will make it a very few words in saying that this project is in keeping with our mission, which is to improve the quality of life for citizens in our community, to make recreational opportunities available to them, and hopefully to encourage people to move here and stay here. So it's our pleasure to participate.
Now, as I said, the trail is connected from downtown Columbia, near the mayor's office, to the coast. Columbia Mayor Daniel Rickman is here to speak on behalf of the community at large. Mayor?
Well, thank you. This is what collaboration looks like when you bring the private sector and public sector and everybody working together. But think about this, the capital to the coast connected. But folks, we're not done yet. We still got some more work to do. We want to make that connectivity to Lake Murray as we bring those pieces together so that we can continue this trail. And this is an incredible opportunity. I want to thank the Boyd Foundation for their continuing investment in our community. Without them, a lot of the projects that you see are enhancing the quality of life around Columbia would not happen. But all the folks who spent the time to work on this project, this whole team, thank you, Mary, and your team, because this is what it's all about. And we're so excited to be here for this opening. This is going to be great. As you heard, our school children have an opportunity to be out here and be part of this, take advantage of the amphitheater and everything else that's here. But think about the opportunity that if you really are daring, you could walk from my office to the coast. Now, I want to see, we keep hearing about people walking across America, walking around states. Well, we want to see who's going to be the first. And I think it may be Joanne, since she's retired and she's looking for something to keep her busy. We're going to maybe document it and make it a ETV series. How about that? That would be great. But I just want to thank everybody for their participation, for making this happen, because this is truly what makes us a great community. Thank you.
Well, just a little insight. We've already talked to ETV, so we do have a trailer. So if you take time today, you can look a bit at the trailer. We have been documenting the building of this particular trail. It is 26 new miles, so we're going to continue to tell the story to the people of South Carolina. I'd like to wrap up with one of the most special people for me, and that is my board chair. Tracy believed in me when about 60 years ago I was asked to transition from the events coordinator to the director of the Palmetto Trail. And she believes in this trail of the organization, and she is my biggest champion and the organization's biggest champion. So I'd like to turn it over to Tracy.
Well, good morning. This is such an exciting day. Mary and I were just talking about those many years ago that we just never envisioned this. So this is a really special day for us. It was many years ago that Mikey Johnson asked me to serve on the Palmetto Conservation Foundation board. I was naturally very flattered, but I had to admit, I did not know who the Palmetto Conservation Foundation was. So I had to do a little bit of homework, and I had 3 takeaway points. One was, oh, they're the Palmetto Trail folks. I love the Palmetto Trail. Number 2, the back of their t-shirt said, let's finish the trail. That seemed like an ambitious endeavor that I wanted to be a part of. And the third was that their visionary founding member was a woman by the name of Ann Springs Close. Now, from what I understand about Miss Close, she had the means to donate money to whoever she wanted. And she was asked, why the Palmetto Conservation Foundation? Why them? And she had one simple answer. I want people to get into the woods. Now, that's a board I could enthusiastically serve on. Since I've been a board member, I've seen dozens and dozens of miles added, amazing bridges built over our waterways, and I cannot tell you how many social events I've attended actually on the trail. During the time that I've been on the board, I've also seen many setbacks. We've seen storms, landslides, hurricanes, a 100-year flood. And that's when we realized we'll never be finished the trail. Our t-shirts now say, let's connect the trail. And this 26 miles is closing in on that dream. So whether you're a hardened backpacker who's looking to challenge yourself on a trail, if you're an athlete who's participating in one of our True to the Brew runs, or if you're a woman in the outdoors enjoying some working, or a family taking a stroll in nature, or even a guest attending a ribbon cutting, guess what? We got you into the woods. The addition of this outdoor educational classroom is worthy of the Boyd name. And so thank you, Boyd family and Boyd, where did he go? There you are. You switched up there. Not only will this be a place to hike, run, ruck, stroll, and party, it is now a place for our children to come and learn. And I know that this will be a place that sparks and ignites many children to love the outdoors and get into the woods. Thank you.